Was good, ballers? It's Jim's Ballin' back again with another video. Here with a bit of a late thoughts and reactions to Super Bowl. It's a little bit late, but I was traveling for the Super Bowl, so only got home recently. And honestly, it wasn't a good game, so I wasn't in a big hurry, big rush to talk about the Super Bowl because the game sucked ass, just plain and simple. I mean, we were at a point where the game was 34-0. So a complete blowout in the Super Bowl. It's kind of boring to see, not really a fun game. Unless you're an Eagles fan, this game kind of sucked. I kind of expected a close game. I even predicted the Chiefs to win by a field goal. That did not happen. The Chiefs did not show up to play. The game wasn't even close. Like I said, 34-0 in the Super Bowl is ridiculous. It was a boring game. It was a blowout. The game kind of sucked ass. Wasn't the biggest fan of the Eagles or the Chiefs, both of these teams, so didn't really care who won. So, I mean, at least I was hoping for like a fun game, a close game, but it was a blowout. It was boring. The Super Bowl sucked ass. And there's really not too much to talk about to recap anyway, because like I said, it was a blowout, just a dominant team win from the Eagles. And I didn't expect them to win, like I said earlier, but I have said that this playoffs run that the Eagles have the best roster in the league. And it seems like that they maybe have the best coaching staff as well. Offensive, defensive coordinators, Nick Sirianni. The coaching staff is pretty incredible too, kind of underrated. Saw the Eagles offensive coordinator take the Saints head coaching job even. So Eagles with this amazing roster. I mean, look how stacked their defense is. Look at their offensive weapons. Look at the coaching as well. Yeah, I mean, it's not a surprise that the Eagles won. I mean, it's a little bit of a surprise that they dominated, but for them to be able to win a Super Bowl, I mean, yeah, it's deserved. Like I said, they have the best roster in the league. Great coaching. Yeah, they deserve the Super Bowl win. All credit in the world to them. And I do want to give credit to Jalen Hurts. Big credit to Jalen Hurts. I mean, I've underrated him a bit. I never thought he was a bad quarterback. I thought he was more like a top 10 quarterback in the league. But after this game, I think it's safe to say that Jalen Hurts is a top 5 quarterback in this league. He's definitely cemented himself. When you look at guys like Josh Allen, Lamar Jackson, I mean, those guys, they've won MVPs now, but one thing they've never done is made it to a Super Bowl. Both those guys never made it to a Super Bowl. Jalen Hurts, he's made it to 2 Super Bowls and he's won it. He may not have the stats of those guys, he may not have the MVPs, but he's got a Super Bowl ring. And ultimately, that's what matters the most. All these MVPs, I mean, really, who cares? Winning the big game, that's what matters. Showing up when it matters most. Jalen Hurts does that. So, I mean, I'm not saying Jalen Hurts is better than Lamar Jackson and Josh Allen. I think maybe we need to at least start having a conversation, maybe putting them on the same level, because the way Jalen Hurts played, I mean, he played practically a near perfect game in the Super Bowl. I mean, he threw a pick, yeah, but 17-22, super high completion percentage, basically went for 300 all-purpose yards. He threw the ball over the Chiefs. He ran the ball over the Chiefs. He just made the right decision, threw some dots. I mean, in the big game, Jalen Hurts stepped up, and I think that's what matters most. And yeah, MVPs are important. MVPs are cool to have, but when you look at guys like Aaron Rodgers, he's won a bunch of MVPs. Jalen Hurts has as many Super Bowl rings as Aaron Rodgers has. Not to say Jalen Hurts is as good as Aaron Rodgers, but Super Bowls are important. Winning Super Bowls means you're a really good quarterback, and you show up when it means the most, and that's what Jalen Hurts did. Yeah, Jalen Hurts, he's a top 5 quarterback in the league, and he should be on that S-tier level of quarterback now. After this win, people will probably still doubt Jalen Hurts. I mean, talking about a stacked roster, how he didn't really deserve it, but I mean, he played well. But yeah, I'm basically just saying that Jalen Hurts, he deserves some respect, and he should be in the discussion when we talk about the best quarterbacks in the league. When we talk about Mahomes, Allen, Jackson, Burrow, I think Hurts should be up there in that discussion. He should be considered a top 5 quarterback after this win. We can talk about the Eagles' defense. That pick 6 from a white corner, ridiculous. And that front 4 for the Eagles, that was something. Not blitzing, but still able to get big pressure. Yeah, that's insane. And I think that shows that the trenches might be the most important thing for a roster, for a team. Outside of maybe the quarterback, I think the next most important thing is having just an elite offensive line, an elite defensive line. Just looking at how the Eagles put their team together with that amazing offensive line, best offensive line in the league. And with that defensive line for the Eagles, be able to get pressure on Mahomes without blitzing. just looking at how the Eagles have the roster put together, I think that should be the goal for teams moving forward. When I look at the Lions, yes, their offensive line is ridiculous, but their defensive line, it's definitely a good defensive line, but I think it should be improved. And looking at what the Eagles just did with their front four, be able to get pressure and not have to blitz, it's something I'd like the Lions to be able to. And now I'm sort of thinking that, hey, maybe the Lions should go out and get Myles Garrett. Myles Garrett, Aiden Hutchinson next to each other. That would be a ridiculous combo, and I think that'd be great for the Lions, but that's a little off topic. Back to talking about the Super Bowl. Yeah, this Eagles defense was ridiculous. The offense is ridiculous. I mean, even special teams. I mean, I predicted Jake Elliott to miss some kicks. Jake Elliott was perfect for the day. So offensive, defensive, special teams, Eagles dominated everything. I mean, outside of just some garbage time touchdowns to Worthy, I mean, the Eagles shut down everything. And I guess the one thing I can give credit for the Chiefs for is shutting down Saquon Barkley. In my predictions, I predicted that the Chiefs would focus on Saquon, and they definitely did. I mean, all credit to the Chiefs defense being able to shut down Saquon Barkley. 25 carries, 57 yards. That's not the best. That's not really good. I mean, if I'm the Chiefs, I mean, yeah, Saquon Barkley shutting down the run, that was the most important thing. They focused on Saquon, but the thing is, Jalen Hurts stepped up. He completed all his passes. He torched them on the ground too, running. I mean, yeah, Jalen Hurts won the game for the Eagles. And I can't say it's a bad game plan because, I mean, if I'm the Chiefs, that's what I would have done. I would have been like, okay, we're shutting down Saquon Barkley. Let's have Jalen Hurts beat us. But Jalen Hurts stepped up. He beat the Chiefs. And then as for Mahomes and his legacy, I mean, yes, this hurts a legacy, but it's not like Patrick Mahomes has just dropped off the face of the earth. I mean, to be able to make the Super Bowl over and over, time and time again. I mean, look at Tom Brady. He didn't win every single Super Bowl he went to, so Mahomes is still really good. The Chiefs are probably still going to be a really good team. I don't know what the roster is going to look like next year. I mean, they definitely need some better receiving targets. Look at DeAndre Hopkins. He dropped a wide open catch. I mean, Patrick Mahomes needs better guys to throw the ball to. Patrick Mahomes needs a better offensive line. Mahomes is still a really great quarterback, but the thing is, football is a team sport. And when you look at the rosters of these two teams, like I said earlier, the Eagles have the best roster in the league. The Chiefs roster is sort of lacking. Some great coaching from Andy Reid, some good play from Patrick Mahomes. They were doing what they need to do to win games, but they definitely need some more help on their roster, the Chiefs do. And I don't know if Travis Kelce's coming back. I don't know if Andy Reid's coming back. I don't know what coordinators are looking like for the Chiefs. But yeah, we'll see. I mean, it's still impressive for the Chiefs. I don't think like the dynasty's over, but they definitely need some help on some roster, and we'll see what their team's looking like next year. I mean, as long as they got Patrick Mahomes, the Chiefs definitely have a shot to win Super Bowls. So, and I guess as for the Super Bowl halftime show, I mean, just can mention that really quickly. I mean, I like Kendrick. I guess I wasn't the biggest fan of the halftime show. It was all right. It was entertaining, but I mean, SZA kind of outshined Kendrick. And as for the song choices, I mean, I'm not the biggest fan of the new Kendrick songs. I prefer older Kendrick better. I mean, if he played like All Right or Money Trees, those are like two of my favorite Kendrick songs. I would have rather he played those songs, but Kendrick did his thing. But yeah, for the Super Bowl, the game sucked ass. Congrats to the Eagles, and no three-peat. So, and that'll wrap up this 2024-2025 season of the NFL. I don't know what content's going to be looking like on this channel moving forward. We're in the off season. I think I'll make some videos talking about different teams, how their off season's looking, player signings, stuff like that. So maybe a bit less frequent uploads, but I'll still be making some videos. But yeah, this has been Jim's Ballin'. I'll see you in the next video, and peace.